Day in life electrician, let's take you through the day. First things first, for day in life electrician, how do electricians make thousands writing out stickers? Day in life electrician, let me take you through the day.
Owen for the original, the day in the life of from OM Electrical. Welcome to Toolbox Talks of Electricians.
Cheers, thank you for having me on.
Not a problem. And am I right in saying that the day in the life electrician, basically, I first time I heard it's from you. Do you reckon that you collared that, like you started that off?
Yeah, I think so in the trade industry.
Yeah.
I think in the trade industry, because I follow a lot of people that are not in the trade, people that do day in their lives. Because personally, for me, I find other people's work interesting as well.
Well, you learn different tricks in that, didn't you? While watching other people, you think, oh, I didn't think of doing it like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose I sort of started off the day in the lives. I mean, I see a lot of other people do day in the life videos now in the trades, but I think I was probably maybe one of the first to start it off. But I just like vlogging my days really. They're more vlogs than like
it's
you get a lot
interesting
of
to other
that
people
do.
as well, I suppose, isn't it?
What's that, sorry?
It's interesting to other people like coming up, learning electrics, to see
Yeah,
what they're going to be sort of doing when they're a spark.
yeah, exactly that. And I think obviously you get a wider audience as well.
Yeah.
So obviously my page is mainly electrical stuff, but then when you do the day in the life and you include your other bits in your day, like your evenings, your runs, you go into the gym, you widen your audience basically.
Yeah, you're doing different things, health and fitness as well, because a lot of people are on health and fitness because I don't know, it helps you sort of mentally wise, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Getting out.
exactly that. And I was working in a cafe, and the owner of the cafe, they're like, "Oh, I love watching your videos. Like, they're so interesting to
Cool.
have a look to see what electricians do get up to, because
Yeah.
obviously not a lot of people know what we sort of do."
No, because it's all covered up by bleeding plasterboard, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly
You
that.
don't
So I think,
realise what's behind it.
yeah, the general public, I think they just enjoy watching them. To be fair.
Yeah. So for you then, how did you start out as an electrician? Is it from college? From school? Sorry.
Yeah, so straight from school, really. When I was in school, I always knew I wanted to be in the trade. I haven't got anyone in my family in the trade, so I don't know
No.
why I wanted to do it, but I always knew that I wanted to be into the
You
trade.
good with your hands, maybe, as a youngster.
Well, to be honest, like the school life, uni life, and things like that, that route just wasn't an option for me. I hated school. I
No.
just didn't get along with like teachers and things like that, and being in the classroom, sitting still
Being
just
told what to
wasn't.
do, basically, you mean?
Yeah, just like sitting still in a classroom, just staring at a board, just wasn't for me. So I always knew that I wanted to get into the trade, and then sort of from school, I started looking at the courses in college, and then it was actually out of being a chippy and a sparky.
Right. Two of
And
the
then
good ones, yeah.
yeah, I went to the college open day, had a look at the courses available, and it was out of them too. So there was a bit of maths. I think they'd done a maths question or something like that, and I
What to
smashed it out of the
qualify
park.
for it, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort of. They done a little taster of what the course would be about, and I really enjoyed it. So we jumped on the electrician side,
Right.
and the other thing with that as well, everyone was telling me electricians make loads of money.
Yeah, it is a renowned thing, isn't it? I think you can earn good money,
Yeah,
and
so
some people do, but there's obviously some sparks out there that don't as well.
yeah, exactly that. But that sort of swayed my opinion as well. And also with the chippy side of it, when I was looking at the college, they were like, yeah, you need to be good at drawing and things like this. And I was like, yeah, I'm not good at drawing. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
could figure
give
stuff
that
out.
one.
It's in my head, yeah, but I ain't gonna draw it.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we went to the Sparky side. We done a full-time course, level two,
What you
full-time.
did full time at college?
Yeah, full-time course. I think it's like 3 days a week, and then the same with the level three.
Did
While
you have
work.
an apprenticeship as well, or
No, so I was actually working part-time at Screwfix.
right?
That was my first job at 16. I was working part-time there, and then obviously I was doing the 3 day course at college.
Mhm.
And then while working at Screwfix, I was sort of always looking. It's quite good working at Screwfix because you
Because you get
gain.
to meet a lot of trades and that, yeah.
Yeah, you get to meet a lot of different trades, and every person that was coming through the door, like electrician wise, I was asking about apprenticeships and
Good
things
on you,
like
yeah.
that. And it was very difficult trying to find an apprenticeship. I remember one electrician, he came in and gave me his card. He was like, once you pass level three, come down, we have a chat. I got down there. It was like an hour bus journey, and they were like,
Well, you
"Yeah,
didn't drive at the time, then, no?
no, I was only like 16, 17. So,
Yeah.
um, it was like an hour bus journey. I got to there, and they were like, "Yeah, sorry, we're not taking anyone on." And it was like,
Cheers,
"Mate,
mate.
yeah, you false hopes and things like that." But
Yeah.
yeah, it's also good working in there because you gain the basic knowledge of
Yeah,
the
but you didn't give
materials.
up, sort of thing. How many people do you reckon you asked before you got an apprenticeship
Oh,
or got a placement?
I asked. I was pretty keen, so I
Yeah,
asked.
you got to be,
So
haven't you?
yeah, you have to be keen. I always say this, like obviously on my TikTok and on my
Yeah.
videos, you have to put yourself out
Yeah, you
there.
get plenty of advice on there as well about what, because I suppose a lot of people struggle and think, I'm going to give up. But if they listen to some of your videos, you say, look, you've just got to try different things.
I was obviously ringing about, asking people, asking everyone that stepped foot in Screwfix, trying my best to find an apprenticeship. And then while I was doing the course, obviously they sort of chose a few pupils that were doing sort of the best and put them forward for
Right.
apprenticeships. So employers would come to them for apprenticeships, and then they would put us forward.
Yeah.
The first one, my first interview for my apprenticeship, I was buzzing. I was really excited.
Thinking,
And
this
then I
is
was
good. This
actually
is
ill.
it.
Yeah, I was actually ill on the day though.
Oh,
And I was
no.
gutted. I was absolutely gutted. I was ill on the day, but then obviously that one passed. And then I had another interview where it sort of, I had a phone call from the employer. I had a phone call from the employer. I was actually working at the time. And then he was like, "Yeah, do you want an interview?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want an interview. I want
Oh,
an
cool.
interview." He was like, "Yeah, 12 o'clock today." I was like, "Oh, I'm working, but that's fine." I went down there.
Oh,
I went,
jacket, just go, yeah.
yeah, I went on my lunch break. I went to the unit. I was all in my uniform, and we had an interview. And he was basically like sort of general chat, and he was like, "Yeah, we'll stick you on site on Monday." And then I
Wait.
was, yeah,
You
I
had
was
to
like,
quit. You had to quit your job at Screwfix,
yeah, pretty much, yeah,
just like that.
yeah, pretty much. And then I was like, yeah, definitely, let's do it. So then I started the apprenticeship with that firm. I think it was about a 2-year apprenticeship
Right.
because obviously I had
Because
my
you've
level
done some
two.
of it already at college.
Yeah, I obviously finished my full-time course. I had my level 2, level 3.
Yeah.
So I think it's only about a level 2 year, sorry, where it's just the MVQ AM2.
Mhm.
So I went through that company, done my apprenticeship, and then I got fully qualified through that.
Spot on. Got there in the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
I suppose,
mean,
yeah, well, it means that people think, oh, you just become qualified by doing an apprenticeship. But by the sounds of it, you had a bit of a bumpy road to get there.
yeah, it's difficult out there. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I haven't got anyone in my family that's in the trade,
Right.
so
So you can't ask friends and family, in effect.
yeah, word of mouth sort of wasn't an option.
Yeah.
So I just had to do everything I possibly could to try and get my foot in that door.
Yeah. So you say that as well, you're not really the person who wants to sit there and look at a tutor and learn that way. But you'd have to do a lot of that in college as well, don't you?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of theory behind it, but there's also a lot of practical. So
Yeah. So you
it
knew
does
that
even
you'd get a
itself
bit of
out.
practical.
Yeah, it does even itself out. So yeah.
So you stuck it out, sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, the theory side of stuff, the tutors were brilliant and things like that. So it's sort of it weren't easy, but I didn't really find it difficult.
Then so how long did you work as a qualified electrician for somebody before starting up on your own?
So obviously I've done my apprenticeship. Um, I've done my apprenticeship through the first firm, and then I think I was there. I wasn't there that long once I qualified. I must have
Huh?
been there about.
Was there any bad blood sort of thing? Did you go, oh, you're starting up on your own, or did I mind?
You know what? It wasn't. There wasn't bad blood in a sense. It
Yeah.
was sort of like I sort of made the jump because it was through furlough times.
Right.
So I sort of made the jump through them, and I was like, yeah, right, I'm gonna go self-employed now. I'm gonna be doing my own thing. And then I sort of left them. They weren't too happy about it because no one's happy when a
No,
good
it's especially
electrician
if it's a
leaves.
good spark sort of thing. Yeah. But the thing
Yeah,
is, I
exactly.
always think if it's a young lad or something that wants to go out on their own, fair play to them. It shows a bit of initiative because a lot of people don't,
Yeah. I think everyone needs to make that jump at some
or
point. But
try it at least.
I was probably maybe like 6 months qualified, and then I made that jump to go self-employed. And then went from there. I
Did
went
you
self.
find it difficult to get your own work and stuff to start with, or?
To be fair, a lot of my work to start off is just subby work.
Oh yeah.
So I went self-employed, done a lot of subby work. I've done like big hospital fit outs. At the time, obviously, it was COVID.
Yeah.
So COVID was a massive thing. They were doing big fit outs in the hospital. It was all containment work um
And electricians were one of the special people that could go to work, isn't it?
yeah, to be fair, I was very lucky. I didn't stop. A
Yeah.
lot of people stopped through COVID and I didn't stop. So
You didn't
yeah,
get that chance to sit at home then, because it was good
no,
weather as
well,
well.
that's what I mean. I can't sit still. So I had like probably a few weeks off and then I was self-employed.
So when you started on your own, then what did you think? Like, "Ugh, I need a hand." So then Bob come along.
Yeah, so Bob, yeah, so a lot of the subby work Bob helps out with, to be fair. But yeah, Bob's good crack. Obviously, he struggles getting out of bed, but
Yeah, I know.
other
I
than
see a
that,
lot of the videos. You're sitting outside his house.
yeah, exactly that. Yeah, he's got so much better recently. I think when you first, obviously, fresh apprentice,
Mhm. But you get
it's
along well by the sounds of you two.
yeah, we do get on well. He's pretty much the same like kind of thing. He can't sit
Yeah.
still. He struggles to sit still, but yeah, he's good crack. Some of the jokes and things he comes out with ridiculous. So yeah, he's always putting a smile on face.
What would you prefer doing? You did a lot of subbing. Did you enjoy subbing, do you think, when you were doing that?
Yeah, so with the subbing, it's nice because obviously you do your bit, you go home.
Yeah, that's it. You just turn up basically with subbing, don't you, sometimes?
Yeah, a lot of the times, yeah. I mean, there was some times subbing where I'd be running the jobs and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So that was quite nice as well, obviously, running jobs and things like that. But yeah, the subbing's good. Obviously, constant flow of work all the time,
Mm-hmm.
always keeping you busy.
Do you prefer industrial, commercial, or domestic work? Personally,
See,
yourself. Everyone's different, but
yeah, see, most of my work recently has been domestic.
well, you get a
But
biscuit and a cup of tea,
yeah, well, yeah, try to.
or a
Some
cup of
start a
Vimto
lot
in
of
your
people
eyes.
a lot of people swerve that one, but yeah, what do I prefer? Probably commercial. My apprenticeship was all commercial based, so it's all
Right.
office fit outs, high end office fit outs pretty much. And then when I went self-employed doing subbing, it was all containment, 25 mil conduit, tray work, trunking,
Right.
singles.
A lot of the
Um,
stuff you don't do a lot of at college, do you? So you got to sort of, yeah, practice it a lot, and practice obviously makes perfect.
Yeah, cool. So, but I think like the commercial industrial side is definitely what I prefer to do, what I like the most, because
Mhm.
like with obviously all the conduit work and things like that, you can step back, have a look at it, and you're like, yeah, I've done that.
It's cool, like yeah, let's get
Yeah,
proud of
it's
it,
like,
sort of thing.
yeah, you put a lot of time and effort into it and you're proud of your work, but then you do the domestic side of it, and a lot of time and effort goes into rewire, putting the socket in the
Mhm.
wall, and then it's like, yeah, it's just a light and
It's there now, yeah. It's been
yeah,
covered up. It was
it's
nice and
yeah.
neat behind there.
Yeah, it's like there's just a socket on the wall, and people don't really see that in domestic.
No,
People
I
don't
suppose they
really
don't
see the
appreciate
time and
it.
effort.
They wonder why you're charging them a couple of grand. Well, because there's a lot of cable in there, mate.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah. So, what got you into starting out on social media like TikTok from the beginning? How long have you been doing it?
So I would say probably about a year and a half, maybe.
A
Just
year and a half and 116,000 people follow you.
I
That's
know
sweet,
it's
isn't it?
oh mate, it's crazy. It blows my mind every time I think about it. But yeah, what got me into it? I would say I always knew that I wanted to do social media.
Yeah.
Like I always wanted to do social media and
So you're not bothered about getting yourself out there because a lot of people are bothered about being on camera and stuff, but you're quite confident yourself.
see it was difficult to begin with. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie, it was hard putting myself in front of the camera, speaking in front of the camera, doing
Hmm.
voiceovers, things like that. It was difficult, but I started off. I mean, I don't know. I probably still got them on my TikTok right at the bottom, but it was
Someone's
sort
going
of
to go
like
back and look now.
yeah, it was sort of like holiday content, running content, gym content, and they didn't do well. No, no one.
Right. So you started our social media just doing yourself sort of thing.
Yeah, so I started off just doing sort of like the exercise things, holidays,
Mhm.
and just
Yeah, because
doing
you run marathons as well, didn't you?
yeah. So I
Oh,
done
man.
London Marathon like not last year I done London Marathon.
Yeah.
So I started doing that side of content, but it just weren't doing well. And then obviously I've always followed electricians and things like that on the YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And then I actually like Jimbo. Do you know Jimbo, the
Yep,
electrician?
Jimbo from Wales.
I
Yeah.
used to watch his videos all the time. And I remember one evening I said, if Jimbo can do it, then I can do it.
Do you know Jimbo then?
I know we speak, yeah, we speak now and then. I haven't
Yeah.
actually met him in person, but we speak now and then.
Right.
So I see he done a lot of the electrical videos, and I was like, I could do that easy. So
Yeah.
I uploaded a video. I think my first electrical video was a three-phase board I installed. I've done all the prefab
Went
trunking.
straight in for it then, three phase. You didn't
Yeah,
go.
I've done a three-phase board install, like edit. I've done all the trunking, like 90 bend prefab, done that all myself. And I put it on there and it's got slated.
Oh, did it?
It got
Oh,
slated.
no.
It got so much hate. It got
Why?
so
Just
much
because of
hate.
little things like maybe you didn't file the edges or something like that, or
Oh, I can't remember what it's about now, but I remember it got a lot of hate. But obviously, everyone's got their own opinion on social
yeah, yeah,
media.
yeah. You can't take things to heart, can you? Especially on
Yeah, which
social
is fair
media.
enough. But yeah, I uploaded that video, but it blew up. It blew
Because of
up.
the hate joke.
Yeah, I think obviously hate does well on
Yeah,
social
yeah, yeah. It
media.
does. Yeah,
Hate does really well, and yeah, it sort of blew up, and it was getting tens of thousands of views, and I was like, wow, this is doing really well. I'm going to
yeah.
carry
You're
on doing
interested in
electrical
this.
videos. And then I started doing more and more electrical videos, and then I was doing sort of like pro tip. I don't know if you ever seen my old videos, but it's like sort of pro tips for electricians.
Yep, I've seen a few of them. But they come up as soon as you start following you. Sometimes it comes up and you think it's got a different haircut or something
Yeah.
like that. It looks younger.
Yeah, exactly. So I started doing a lot of pro tips for electricians. I was putting tips on there, and then one of them just blew up to like 3 million views, and I was like, wow, this is
This
like,
is the avenue to go down.
yeah, this. Don't worry about the gym stuff. Don't worry about the running. Like
Yeah.
that's too oversaturated. Do what you're good at. To be
Yeah,
fair,
probably most of your day is being an electrician, so you can just shed loads of content.
yeah, exactly. So you can get loads of content throughout the day, and I just started uploading all the different electrical videos. I was doing tips and tricks, install videos, and then sort of avenued off to sort of the day in the lives.
Right. And then that's where you collared a day in the life.
Yeah,
Obviously.
so yeah, I obviously, like I said previously, I follow a lot of people that do day in the lives.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh yeah, I'll do a day in the life, and
Of
I
electrician.
yeah, exactly that, and I done a 30 days of a day in a life.
Right.
So it was consistently 30 days at the start. No one was watching it. No one was watching it, and then
You
by the
stuck it
end,
out anyway.
sorry,
You stuck it out anyway.
yeah, I stuck it out,
Yeah.
and by the end of it, everyone was just getting involved. I was sort of like, that's where I was drinking my morning Vimto. That's where
Yeah.
that came
You're
from.
renowned for that.
Yeah,
Every time I see the Vimto in the morning, stuff like, oh yeah, I think that's Owen.
I was drinking the morning Vimto, and everyone was getting involved. And then it like after the 30 days, if I didn't have a Vimto, people would be commenting, "Where's the Vimto?" and things like
They
that.
knew your routine.
Yeah, so people sending me messages saying, "Oh, I've just picked up a Vimto. I've got this Vimto." Like, it's just like a lot of people get involved and
Yeah.
sort of.
You
I guess
build a little community sort of thing.
you're building a connection with the audience
Yeah.
through sort of the day in the lives, where sort of the electrical content is like, yeah, you can do how tos and install videos, but you're not really building that personal connection.
No. So when you were doing the videos then, did it just, I don't know, subconsciously come up, Stay Grafting? Or did you say that, or did you purposely think, right, I might start a brand called Stay Grafting, so I'm going to start saying it?
Yeah, so the stay grafting.
Because you say it in a lot of your videos, Stay Grafting.
Yeah, so I was obviously doing my day in the lives, but in my day in the lives, I was training for the London Marathon, which was last year. I was training for them, and I was like, at the end of every vlog, I was saying stay grafting just to keep myself motivated and
Right, yeah.
actually try and keep other people motivated as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was literally sitting in bed one day and I was like, maybe I can make stay grafting into a workwear brand. And I was sort of like,
Just an idea popped in your head, like,
yeah, I sort of like messed around with the logos, things like that. And then it just sort of snowballed from there, really. It was just a saying that I was saying to keep myself motivated while running the London Marathon into the clothing brand.
Right. So you just thought, yeah, I'll go for it and start up a clothing brand, and well, basically it's branded Stay Grafting.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. So I originally was just going to do like the Stay Grafting, but I sort of wanted the workwear because obviously being electrical background,
Yeah.
being in the trade, like it's sort of like I wanted it to be for a bit of everyone as well. So
Yeah.
you don't have to be just in the trade. You can be grafting in the gym or whatever and things
Yeah.
like that. So I wanted it to be a part of everyone, but obviously the workwear is where I'm sort of
You
based.
niche down in effect. Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought, yeah, this will do pretty well. And my sort of main goal for the Stay Grafting workwear was to like bring out work trousers.
Yeah.
So that is like my main goal for the business, really,
Do
because
you
I was
design everything them yourself?
yeah. So pretty much it's like it's a massive long process, but
Mhm.
yeah, sort of you go to manufacturers and you get the samples, and then the samples come, and you're like, this is nothing I asked for.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is totally like the wrong design. It's like, this is off, this needs
This
changing.
is not how I wanted it. Didn't picture it like this.
Yeah, and then you wait 2 months for that sample, and then the sample comes, and like I said, it's rubbish. And then you go back to them, and then they have to send out a new sample, and it is the biggest process, and it is something I never expected. I thought it'd be an
So do you
absolute
think you're a bit of a perfectionist, maybe?
yeah, I am
Yeah.
because I obviously want the
Yeah.
best quality stuff. I don't it's you're competing with other brands as well. So
Yeah.
you want customers to come back, but obviously with the Stay Grafting, I don't it's not just a workwear brand, it's not just a
Right. You want to
clothing
do it,
brand.
yeah, as a label in effect.
Yeah, I want it to be that piece of motivation in the morning as well.
Oh yeah.
So obviously, when you're wearing a t-shirt, you're thinking Stay Grafting. You might be having a down day at work, like you've had a rubbish day on the tools, but you whack that t-shirt on and you're staying motivated
Get
and you're
out and running. Yeah.
grafting.
Yeah. So there's a motive behind it in a way as well.
Yeah, exactly that. That's
Yeah.
sort of like the USP, I suppose. I like obviously you get all these work brands, but there's nothing behind it.
Yeah.
And obviously, a lot of
A
people
reason sort of thing.
yeah, a lot of people are buying Stay Grafting workwear because they see it on the TikTok and they see me promoting it as this motivational sort of workwear brand.
Hmm. Spot on. So have you got plans to build that workwear brand as well in the future? Or
Yeah,
just
so
concentrating
yeah,
on one step at a time?
yeah, it's a very slow process, but obviously I've been getting samples. Well, yeah, been getting samples for trousers. Obviously, I've got the new hoodies coming out, but once they all get finalized, then they'll be out. But yeah, I sort of do want to expand it and do want to grow it.
So if people that listen to this want to check out your Stay Grafting workwear, what's the website to go to?
StayGraftingWorkwear.com.
And we'll leave a link to that down in the show notes below as well,
Yeah,
so you can go straight to that.
thanks,
But
guys.
out of all the social media sparks, you already said you follow a few. If you were not a Sparky and you had to go and get somebody to wire your house, who would it be?
If I were to get someone's
I'm gonna
wife,
ask you who would it be, not who wouldn't it be. That would be funnier, mind
yeah, I've
you.
got a few who wouldn't it be. Um, I think it would. I think it would have to be Jimbo, man.
Jimbo, yeah, because you get on
Yeah,
with him.
yeah. He's a good spark, and he does like good industrial commercial stuff.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think it's good. Trying to think of who else would I get?
there's a few. Nick,
Yeah, there's quite a lot of
there is a lot to
sparky,
choose from. Yeah, maybe get everyone round and they can all do
yeah,
it. As
there's
long as they
quite
do
a few
videos, you ain't going to
sparky
pay them.
sparks on TikTok. To be fair, I mean, I struggle watching a lot of people nowadays. To be fair, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'd
there's a
probably
lot of
say
people out
Jimbo.
there. Yeah. So now Bob as well, he's got he's done his level two.
Yeah,
I
he's done
hear.
his level 2 and he's just finishing up his level 3.
Just finishing up his level three. So he's got his AM2 soon.
Well, he's got to finish his full time course at level 3, and
Yeah.
then obviously, yeah, he'll be going into the AM2, um, AM2 MVQ side of things.
Right. I probably won't ask because we'll find out sooner or later. Will he stay with you or not? This is the thing. Because you up
Uh,
his money basically.
yeah, he wishes. Yeah, I think yeah, he's doing so far so good. He's doing well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because you get on well together and you got plenty of work.
yeah, pretty much.
So, what for yourself then? Do you ever get quiet periods? Do you think?
Uh, yeah. To be fair, when I do go quiet, obviously I've got a lot of firms where I've done a lot of subbing work.
Hmm.
I've got a lot of firms where
You
I
can
can go
just jump
back
back on
to.
subbing.
Yeah, I can go back onto either a bit quiet. I might do 3 days subbing and then
Oh,
rest
so
here.
you got a good network behind you.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just sort of I built up that relationship where it if it does go quiet, I can just call them up and they'll probably give me a day here, a day there, just keep me
Yeah, you got
busy.
a good
So
relationship with them, sort of thing.
yeah, exactly that. So yeah,
Oh,
when it does go, I don't really go quiet to be fair.
don't happen to be. Do you have you ever had a quiet period where you thought, right, I've got to do something to get working?
Uh, no, not really.
No,
Yeah, not really. It's like if I do, like I said, if I do need work, then I'll just be subbing.
yeah.
So
You've always got a plan B in a way then.
yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, not really, no.
Because do you plan to grow your electrical business as well?
Yeah, so obviously I do want to grow it, and it would be sort of the main goal would be to obviously have quite a few lads,
Hmm.
obviously grow the business. And I've also recently been looking at the solar stuff.
Right. So different avenues as well.
Yeah, so we do sort of solar stuff, but it's just the mains work. So we provide sort of like the mains. Well, they do all the solar
Supplies.
work, and then we supply the DB and isolators and things like that. So it's
Hmm.
just the main stuff. But I've been looking at jumping on the solar course because it's something I've never touched
You'd
on
like to get
before.
involved in inverters and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I think that's the way things are heading, and I feel like a sort
It's
of
renewable energy, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah, I feel like we're sort of missing a trick, just sort of being in one,
Well,
doing
it's
one.
good to keep updated with things, isn't it? Because then if things do slow down somewhere, and well, basically sometimes if there's good money in it, you can jump on it.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the
exactly
main
that.
thing.
And I think the money is there in the solar, yeah, like battery backups, EV
Hmm.
chargers, things like that. And I think like sort of just doing one sector in electrical, you're just sort of maybe missing the trick. So it
Hmm.
is something that I'm starting to look into doing, well, jumping on a solar course and getting qualified to do the solar stuff, and then
Right.
getting taking on the extra work instead of just doing the main stuff, taking on the extra
Yeah, the
solar
whole
stuff.
lot, whole installation, like.
Yeah, exactly that. Doing the whole installation, start to finish, panels, roof, everything
So,
like that.
have you jumped on to getting an electric vehicle yourself yet?
No, I haven't. Nah.
Would you?
Would I get an electric vehicle? I don't think so. I don't.
No, a lot of people say the same thing.
I don't. For me, obviously, van
Yeah,
having an electric van, I don't think is practical.
no, I don't think not at the minute.
From what I see, anyway, from what I see, I don't think they're very practical. Obviously, you don't get many miles in them if you're doing long trips. Where
You can't really turn up at someone's house. Excuse me, it's right if I plug my van in
yeah,
because
exactly
you got to
that.
turn the electric off anyway.
Yeah, or you just you're going to a job where there is no charger, so you're
Mm,
screwed basically.
yeah, right. So all the 116,000 people that follow you on TikTok and obviously on other social platforms, is there
Yeah,
anything you'd like to say to them?
always do what makes you happy. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always feel like I always get a lot of people ask me, "Oh, should I do this?" What I do get is a lot of people that are like 30s, 40s. Should I change my career? And I always think, do what makes you
If you
happy.
want to, yeah.
Yeah, and I think obviously just stay motivated, keep your head up, and always stay positive. There's no point doing a job where you don't like, and if you do want to do something in life, then go for it
And stay grafting.
and stay grafting. Exactly that. That is the purpose. That is the purpose behind it. But yeah, like even myself, like before I started all the social media stuff, I never thought I'd get this far.
No,
Like
you didn't plan for it to take off like this, no?
yeah, exactly that. It's like I started working in Screwfix, and then next Friday, obviously, we have the charity football match.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen that. And
I have
our
opened,
team,
but I might come up there, yeah, in
yeah,
Bradford. It's
yeah,
a long old trek. You staying up there?
yeah, we're staying up there.
Yeah.
But our team is sponsored by Screwfix, and it's like it's crazy to think, oh, I was working at Screwfix. I'd be sponsored by Screwfix on charity football match. I've done brand deals for Screwfix, and it's just
A
crazy. I
whirlwind
think,
sort of thing, yeah. How's it going to
yeah,
go?
I think like don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to do something that you want to do.
So, what do you reckon the next step is then for your social media?
Um,
You got any plans? Are you just going to see what comes up?
yeah, so I think yeah, we just obviously carry on the TikTok because the TikTok does really well.
Hmm.
Um, I did start YouTube and things like that. I did
Yeah.
want to get into YouTube, but it is very very time consuming.
Hmm.
And I feel like sort of TikTok's sort of my platform. Like obviously you get a lot of YouTube sparks, you get Instagram sparks, you get TikTok sparks, and I feel like TikTok's sort of my platform. So we're just gonna stick to the TikTok. We'll keep that going, keep the day in the lives going, because generally I just enjoy vlogging my days and like
you can tell.
watching them
But you're
back.
eating your lunch as well.
Yeah, and I enjoy watching them back and like looking at the good times. So it's like a win-win, really.
Spot on. Well, Owen, thank you very much for coming on and sharing your journey as an electrician.
No problem at all. Thanks for having me, Ben.